Bassmaster Elite Series season, the Whataburger Bassmaster Elite at Lay Lake, Shelby County, Alabama is our host this week. And live action here as you see our anglers taking off for the day one launch out of Beeswax Creek. A historic body of water, Such, as we get it started on our StarBrite Facebook Live pre-show, riding out with a couple Coosa River locals, guys that we expect to possibly do well and teach us something today on day one, as well as rolling out with our Progressive Angler of the Year leader, Brandon Cobb. It's been a hotly contested season. We've got 4 events under our belt. This is the midway point of the year. After day 2, we will be at the direct halfway point of the season. If you haven't done your job yet for Angler of the Year, for Rookie of the Year, for the Classic, you better get started quickly as we take a look at our Progressive Bassmaster Angler of the Year list. As they leave the dock this morning, Brandon Cobb has about an 18-point lead over Drew Cook. Another 20 points down to Tyler Rivette. Carl Jacobson having a great season, backing up his first Classic qualification. He's in 4th in our Angler of the Year race. Kyle Welcher, he's one that people have their eyes on this week as well. He's in 5th. Mike Iaconelli, John Cox, Shane LeHue, one of our most recent winners, Drew Benton, and Pat Schlapper round out our top 10 through 4 events of our Progressive Angler of the Year race. Like we mentioned, we got some guys who know the Coosa River and Lay Lake very well. We're going to ride around with them all day today, and we got to hear from some of them at takeoff before they left the dock this morning.
You know, the lake's been fishing really tough the whole practice. First day it seemed like it was a little bit better, and they've dropped the water every day. The water's actually come up overnight. We had a lot of rain north of here, and that helps. But I think what they do is they're filling the lake up for the weekend, recreational traffic on the weekends. But it was actually about 6 or 7 inches low most of the week, and today, right now, it's only about 3 inches low. So it's on the rise. I'm hoping those shallow fish are going to bite. I'm going to stay shallow. I'm going to fish power fish the way I fish when I come here. I fish here a lot, so looking forward to it. Just need to get a few bites and get a clue on what's going on this morning. Hopefully we can put it together.
So day one, Lay Lake. Unfortunately, got a camera in the boat, so that's always nice. Not on any fish. Fishing's really tough. This is always that fun this time of year. Just catching 5 will be a challenge. You don't know the size of them. I mean, I could have 5 12-inchers, or I could, have 5 2-pounders, which I'd be happy with. So we're gonna go out there today and just try to catch some fish and have fun with it.
Getting ready to go. Day 1 here at Lay Lake. I'm excited to get out there. It's been challenging, I'm not gonna lie, but I've got to this point of the year, leading angler of the year fishing shallow. I'm not gonna change it just because I'm having a tough time shallow. I think the winning fish are still shallow. There's big ones. We're just gonna do what I like to do, throw some moving baits down the bank, maybe finesse fish a little bit for some fish around brim beds, shad spawn, things like that. I'm excited to get out there. It's gonna be a challenging day, but I think there's potential to catch a good bag. Just catching one at a time, fishing whatever's in front of you, and keep the boat moving, cover a lot of water.
Got to hear from some of our anglers this morning right before they took off, which is happening right now. I'm not the only man on the show this morning for the StarBrite Facebook Live show. Mike Sukon looking at the lay of the lake for Lay Lake on the Coosa River, approximately 12,000 acres, but it's almost 50 miles long, Such, and it's the 4th lake down the Coosa River system.
Yes, it's a smaller lake that these guys got to find little pockets to fish. Ronnie, they were talking, a couple weeks ago we would be in high cotton, but now the lake's a little bit tougher right now. All these guys are reporting a little bit lower weights than we were anticipating just 2 weeks ago. Yeah,
we've got the post spawn in effect here. There's still some fish probably on the bed. We're going to have some water flow from the Logan Martin Dam, some water pulling from the Lay Lake Dam. The water willow and shallow water grass is very prevalent, as you see some of the aerials that we had in our galleries during practice. As you see Brandon Cobb, our Angler of the Year leader on the left, Clint Davis, one of the closest anglers to takeoff today.
Yeah, well, Ronnie, he was in the first flight too. That may be one of the more important things this week. We had Josh Strassner leading the guys out today, and Wes Logan was on 8th. There's Cobb talking.
Practice, we've been able to fish at like 5:30, 5:20, something like that. And I've been getting out here, before tournament takeoff. And honestly, it's been getting kind of tough by now. Like, it just lasts a few minutes every morning. I decided to not run far. I don't know, half mile from the ramp. Just tried to stop somewhere close on a little stretch. I had a few bites on, try to maximize a little time, try to get 1 or 2. That's all I'm looking for, is just a bite or 2 to get the day started. But believe it or not, it's even though it's still low light, it's been getting kind of tough by now already every day.
That's the importance of being early draw in this event, Ronnie. they may be more important than many of the other events.
The thing we start to see around when we deal with the bass spawn, once we get through most of that, the shad spawn begins, and that is what they're trying to capitalize on this morning. Some guys making longer runs, maybe some current-dependent fish waiting to get a spot in line up near one of the dams, or you're stopping on some grass or some hard cover for a possible shad spawn. You can get right in a hurry with that. We'll see how the anglers adjust to the tough conditions that we've been dealt, but like Scott Canterbury said, the water's on the rise, and that could be a positive this week as we see another guy we'll have on camera today, Matt Herron, taking off with it to see how he does, not far from home. But our coverage begins in just a few minutes. About 15 minutes from now, we'll have Davey Height in studio for the first time all season long, joining Tommy Sanders and the rest of the gang for Bassmaster Live, 8 a.m. Eastern Time, all the way until 3 p.m. Eastern Time. We will be with you showing off Lay Lake and the Coosa River.